anyways, y'all, I'm cleaning today. You probably just saw me in my other video in the same clothes, but whatever. Today we're going to talk about your self-esteem, your lack of self-esteem, and how dangerous it is not to have self-esteem and to not know who you are. When you don't know who you are, you're going to have people come into your life and tell you who you should be. That is very dangerous. Because I know from experience, when you don't know who you are and you don't feel valuable, you will seek value from other people. And because nobody wants to really invest in anybody else, and most people are users, people are going to lowball you because you don't know your worth. And they're not going to tell you your worth because they don't want to pay full price. They don't want to invest in you emotionally. They're going to try to get over on you, right? They're like, oh, found me a sucker, and they're going to suck you dry. And that happened to me, y'all. It happened to me in the past. Because I didn't have anybody to form my identity from, right? I didn't have parents that poured that self-esteem in me and tell me this is who you are. This is, you don't stand for this, you don't stand for that. I didn't have that, right? So though I know the world was evil, I didn't know the complexities of humans. I didn't know the complexity of how people were wired and what people will try and get away with. I didn't know the coldness of the world. So imagine going into the world and you look the way I do, and you're young, and you're naive, and you've been sheltered. There's wolves, and wolves can smell weakness. People who have been around in this world for a while and they play the game, they know how to spot somebody that is not sure of themselves. They know someone by just the fact how they put their head down. They don't want to put their head up. Just those simple things, you guys, could make you a victim or not a victim that day. When you walk like you don't have no purpose, you don't know who you are, people see that. People are reading you, right? We all have discernment. Some of us just have very strong discernment and some of us don't. And some of us use our discernment for fucking evil, right? And I was getting played, girl. Not because I wasn't smart, but because I didn't know myself. I didn't put a value and say, hey, if you don't come with this, if you don't come with this treatment, if God didn't choose you for me, I'm not choosing you back. Excuse me. So, when you just bring anybody in your life for the sake of it, they can see that there's something special about you. They can see that there's something different about you. So they're going to hurry up and destroy your confidence because that is what the devil is sent here to do. The devil is sent here to rob and to get souls, right? So when you don't know who you are, there's somebody that's going to plant seeds. Oh, you're ugly. Oh, your hair nappy. Oh, I don't like your nose. Oh, you look like a man. You're going to have people plant those seeds of doubt in you because they don't want you to fulfill your potential. They don't want you to fulfill your potential before they get to fulfill their potential, right? So they're going to come here like they're going to plant all this crap. And then you're wondering, oh my God, I'm 30 years old. Why haven't I lost 40 pounds? Why haven't I started this new business? Why haven't I conquered the world in the way I thought I would have? Because you've let so many people in your life that's just been taking at your self-esteem, taking your self-worth, feeding you negative shit about yourself. And you have to, and though you're probably saying to yourself, but no, I don't really believe that stuff, but subconsciously you're taking it in. You're taking it in. You're subconsciously taking it in, like, damn, maybe I ain't all that. you're gonna start doubting yourself. Maybe I shouldn't start that new business. Because the man that I'm with told me that it's too risky. But what did God say? What did he say? Did you ask him? Why do you care what a man did? Why do you care what your friend did? She ain't you. Stop running ideas past people who aren't even above you. If you want to switch spots with them, don't be taking advice from somebody you wouldn't switch spots with. That's dumb. You telling me this bitch getting cheated on and she get her ass whooped, and you asking her advice about what you should do with your potential starter? She ain't gonna give you no good advice. She don't even love her fucking self. How she gonna tell you how to love yourself? Yo, and the reason why I made sound wise, because I think I'm wise. I think I'm that girl. It's because I've been through a lot. But the problem is, people feel like because I'm young or I look young, they feel like, oh, this girl haven't been through shit. But the chosen ones have been through hell and back already. They already been through, their mama trying to put them down, their grade trying to put them down, their teacher trying to put them down, their friends trying to fight them. We have already been through that, right? So what I like to call those seasons of my life that I'm not very proud of, learning lessons. Learning lessons, and you get the gift of knowing before you even have to take on that burden. That's what I'm here for. I'm here for you, so you don't have to make those mistakes. You don't have to go through that pain. A lot of y'all are dating people, and y'all trying to date, and y'all don't even know who the fuck you are. I'm in the gym the other day. My apartment gym, girl. My little cutesy, little small apartment gym, and all that. But I'm grateful for what I have, right? This woman comes in, right? And I could tell, like, she's at the beginning of her journey. She's not toned. She's, she's overweight. But this is all gonna come into play, I promise you. I'm not a bully. She comes in, she's like very quiet. I have to pass a couple times to get some equipment, dumbbells, because I like to work alone in the yoga place. I don't like to work around everybody. I like my own space, my own energy, because women emit a lot of energy, right? So all of a sudden now, and mind you, I got my Beats studio. I can't hear nothing. That's noise cancellation. Somehow this woman is so loud. I'm like, how am I still able to hear you? Mind you, she's on the phone. And I'm like, why would somebody act like that in a public gym? Well, not public gym, but you get what I'm saying. Why would you have your conversation so loud in somebody that's that close proximity? Why do you feel that comfortable? If you have that much energy to be that loud, why aren't you putting that into yourself? And a lot of people are faking the funk. They're faking confidence by being loud, by trying to dance in very weird ways that they would never dance, and they just do weird shit that they wouldn't do if they were by themselves, right? Or they were not necessarily by themselves, but like, let's say you were in a courtroom, you would know how to talk to a judge, right? If you went to an environment that was quiet, right, you're not gonna be loud, right? Because people read the room. So it's like, I could tell that this woman doesn't know herself, because somebody that's in the gym that takes fitness very seriously is very in tune with their body. They're very in tuned. They're not here trying to make friends. They're here on a mission, right? Those are the people who have leveled up. You can tell they're like robots. They're not normal. They don't waste time. They're not here to make friends. They're not here to lollygag. They're not here to pretend. They are who they are. So you'll have a lot of people in this life, and let me tell you something. You can try and pretend like you've made it, but I can read you like a book, baby. If you're not doing the work, and you're coming in trying to pretend like, oh, I'm the only person that exists and I don't see nobody else. If you were really that girl, you don't gotta be seen. You don't gotta act out to get attention or try to pretend like you don't see somebody else. You just are who you are. That's real confidence, y'all. Confidence is not from people. It's from God. It's from knowing who you are in Him. That's real confidence. Confidence is doing the work so much so there's nobody that can come and tell you who the fuck you are. You're comfortable in your silence. You don't need outside words. You don't need a friend with you in the gym because you're comfortable in your body. You're comfortable with your thoughts. You're comfortable with your music playlist. That's real confidence, right? That is real confidence to me. That is the person that I know that has done the work when they don't need outside validation. If I was a manipulator, if I was a narcissist, I would have went up to that girl and like, oh my God, girl, I love your leggings, right? Because I know you need attention. Because somebody that gets a lot of attention, they like to be low key, right? Because they know that attention can come with a lot of bad shit. And they're very unaccessible. They only want to be accessible to people who have high vibrations, who can bring value to their life. They don't want to be seen. They actually, in fact, they want to be invisible 80-90% of the time because they're working on big shit and they really value themselves and they don't want to be just seen by everybody. So they want to be low key. In fact, they run away from people. Do y'all know how rich people act? Real rich people don't go out there and be like, hey, I'm rich. And they don't want nobody to know. In fact, they run away from fucking people. Some rich people they'll do certain memberships just so they ain't gotta worry about somebody. They don't gotta see that person. Because they too worried about the value that they got and they don't want somebody to come in and grab it. They don't want that much attention. They want to be low key. So when I see somebody doing the most, like, I know you're insecure, bro. Because you need 4, 5, 6, 7 bitches to tell you who you are. And a real alpha, a woman that's a real alpha, because I know men like to say, oh, there's no alphas in a woman. There is alphas in women. We pick the alphas in that. I know when a woman's an alpha. When a woman is direct, that's to me, and she don't need nobody else to cheerlead behind her and tell her who she is, I know she's an alpha because she can stand on her own. She can stand on her own and she doesn't need anybody to tell her who she is. And I want every woman to have that same feeling. Every man to have that same feeling. Like, I don't need 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 people to tell me who I am. I don't need 100,000 followers. And yes, followers are great, friends are great. But we know at the end of the day, quality is few in numbers, right? It's hard to find 10, 15 quality friends and have them throughout your whole fucking life. If it was possible, everybody would fucking do it. So when I see a woman that she's not fulfilling her potential, I know she's not. She could be maximizing her beauty. She could be maximizing her confidence. And I see her, she's constantly trying to talk to other women. She got 5, 10 women in her mind. You got all these bitches in your fucking head talking all the time. How in the world do you know who the fuck you are? You don't. Because y'all too busy gossiping about the next chick and what she got going on. Instead of worried about what the fuck you got going on. What the fuck do you got going on? Who the fuck are you? Bitch, do you even know who you are? Because, bitch, it took me 3 years to figure out who the fuck I was. Do you even know who you are? That's why I don't even take most of y'all seriously. I don't even take y'all seriously. I don't. Because you don't even take yourself seriously. You don't. And I may pretend like I'm not watching. I see every motherfucking thing, bitch. Bitch, you think I got 2? Bitch, I got 4 eyes, bitch, with the glasses. I see everything. I had 4 girls pass my door the other day. 4 or 5 girls talking, all nurses. What you think they was talking about? Another girl at their job. That's all y'all do is talk shit. Y'all not talking about making no money. Y'all not talking about getting closer to God. Y'all ain't talking about nothing positive. Y'all ain't talking about volunteering. Y'all just a bunch of bird bitches talking shit about each other. And that's why I don't deal with y'all. But if you ready to change your bird ways, or as a man, you ready to level the fuck up, you should probably stay on this channel. Because I probably say something that sounds like common sense to you. Like, so yeah, somebody like me, if I chose to be a narcissist, I could easily pick out who the pretties are, because y'all make it so fucking obvious. I would dance around y'all. I would dance. Y'all are so obvious. But I don't want to do that, because I know myself. I don't need 5, 10 people telling me who I am. Because the lessons that I have experienced already showed me what I'm made of. It already showed me my purpose. It has engraved my purpose in my heart. There's no second guessing no more. I know who I am, and I don't need somebody else to come into my life and tell me who I am. That's why I don't attract narcissists men. I don't attract them, because when they compliment me, I don't even react. You ever seen a man compliment you and then he's looking at your facial expression because he wants to see how you react? It's way deeper than what you think. If you react too eagerly to a compliment, that man knows that you have low self-esteem and you don't get compliments. When you're serious and you look like you got somewhere to go, a lot of times people are going to approach you correctly. Yes, you're going to still have some Pookie and Ray Rays and some Shaquandas that are disrespectful, but that's just how life goes, okay? But for the most part, people leave it the fuck alone, because people like easy targets. Easy targets. And I'm trying to tell y'all how to not be a fucking easy target. I see easy targets every day. Easy targets. People who are trying to be seen. I'm like, oh, you got low self-esteem. Let me come here and give you a compliment real quick. I could easily finesse all y'all. I don't want to do that because I don't care. That's not my purpose. And I don't feel good manipulating the next person. I feel it's an icky feeling, and I don't want that. So yeah, subscribe and like. Let me know your thoughts. And no, I'm not wearing no bra, cause I don't want to. So.